Chris Puckett back at the Toronto pregame show. Right now, I am joined by the 2004, 2005, and 2007 MLG national champion, David Walshy Walsh. Dave,
how's it going?
How you doing, dude?
It is. I'm doing fine.
All right. Well, you know what? You're looking good, rocking the Canetto. He's an entrepreneur as well. Walshy, of course, owning your clothing line. Got to plug that. All right, now Walsh, let's get down to it. After teaming with the Ogres since 2004, you got the boot. What went through your head? Why'd it happen?
Like, I would be lying if I said it was like a complete out of nowhere surprise thing. Like, I mean, you know, you can sense things and stuff like that, but I mean, it was handled extremely poorly. Like, that's the thing I just still have not gotten over. I mean, it's just, I can understand, business decision. I'm reasonable enough to, I could keep a friendship and stuff after not teaming with someone. I'm still on, good terms with Strong Side, Killer N, Saiyan, all that sort of stuff. But the way it went down is just, I thought it was very disrespectful, and I just,
And the timing, it made absolutely no sense. After playing the best on your team in Orlando, I definitely didn't see it coming.
Well, I mean, technically we kind of gave Saiyan the boot after Vegas, where he played a phenomenal event. But, I mean, I could already sense, looking back on it now, I could definitely tell the decision was made probably, pre-Orlando, pre-San Diego, more than likely.
Wow.
With, that's sort of how Saiyan's thing went down. I mean, we kind of, talked about it and decided kind of official vote, we're going to go with a different teammate after this season with Saiyan. So, I mean, I could see how that probably went down, but, I mean, Saiyan's got some warnings when his thing happened, I think.
Speaking of Saiyan, what up, dude? I hope you're enjoying yourself in North Carolina. We miss you here at MLG. But, Walsh, let me ask you this one now. Is there bad blood between you and the Ogres? You got to be pissed.
Yeah, I mean, I just, it'll be a very emotional match if we get to play them. I feel I don't know, I really don't know what I'll do. It was not handled very well at all. The whole team change thing, like I said, I can understand if they want to make a change for the better. Neighbor's an incredible player, all that sort of stuff. But if it was handled properly, I would have been much more cool with it, been on very good terms with them. Just, hey, even if this isn't all of our best interest, it could have all been our best interest if, we could have talked about it and, ended on good terms.
Handled poorly, but guess what? You're now on Instinct, a brand new team. Now, people are already comparing you to Final Boss. They're saying it's Final Boss version 2, maybe an even improved Final Boss, just a little bit younger. Break it down for me, Dave. You are the oldest pro in the league.
They're always I don't know, that's one of the weird things the whole team talks about. They're like, oh, we're such a young team. And then everyone turns and looks at me and they're like, oh, he brings the median age up.
Well, you're now teaming with Roy, Lunchbox, and Soviet. How is the new squad?
Like I said, I've not teamed with anyone, I've teamed with the Ogres, as a core group for 3.5, basically 4 years now. And so it's exciting and also kind of not so, I wouldn't say nervous, but it's just a weird feeling at the same time because I've been so comfortable with these teammates for so long, and then it's just going to something new. It's finding out what each person likes, that sort of thing, and just it's interesting because it's I'm teaming with some people that are very excited to team with me, and that's why I'm kind of flattered about I really want to team with these guys and they really want to team with me, and it's just I don't know, we want to team together, and that's just such a great feeling.
Well, you're teaming with Lunchbox and Roy, who haven't placed outside the top 3 all season long. These guys are amazing in Halo 3. Roy dominates Onslaught with his battle rifle. Now, before you met up with these guys, I saw you playing online with a number of squads. Walk me through, step by step, what happened before you joined Instinct.
To start at the very beginning, I literally kind of sat back and waited for Final Boss to, make their official move, because when I first heard about it, I very first heard about it, a day or two after the event. They're like, Elamite joined FB? I was like, you want to join our team? And, a couple teams were offering me an invite. I was like, whoa, what are you talking about? Stop, stupid forum rumors and stuff, and
Right.
then I found out it comes out to be true. Like, it's not Elamite that joined, but obviously they had already been asking people. Like, Elamite was the first one they asked, and word had leaked out and everything.
Gotcha. Who else were you teaming with in that short period of time before joining Instinct?
In that short period of time, I was waiting for Found Boss to make their move to pick up somebody, because I figured, okay, they're going to pick up somebody and a spot's going to open, and I'll probably be the top contender for that spot. And so what happened is Elamite and Neighbor both declined, and so I was like, all right, well, someone from Trigger's down or someone from Instinct's going to go, something like that. And then Trigger's down declined, and which I was very surprised about. Like, Snipe down, decline that was a very, very big surprise to me for a couple reasons. One, he's not turning down, like, sponsor, like, on straight, those guys were getting sponsorship money, decent amount and stuff, from, like, Dr. Pepper. They'd be getting, Snipe down would be getting so much off of, like, Gilberinas compared to getting, basically nothing right now as far as sponsorship money on Triggers down. So I was very surprised when he turned it down, and then Fear Self turned it down, which, I mean, he stuck with his teammate too, and I was like, okay, wow. So basically, these top 3 teams are sticking together. I had, I'd made a call before at one point to, Instinct, and I was just like, what's you guys' plans as far as tournament stuff? Because just looking at my options for the top 4 teams, because at that point I was like, all right, well, if a spot opens on one of the top 4 teams, I'll probably just fill in that 4th spot and play on that team. But once I felt like that wasn't going to happen, I was like, all right, well, if that's the case, I would like to just kind of build a team from the ground up, worst case. I would like to team with someone. I treated Soviet like my new killer end. Like, when I was in Halo 2 days, or Halo 1 days, I basically, one point, just saw Killer End playing. I was like, this kid is ridiculous. Like, he's going to be kind of like one of the core elements of the team that I would love to be on. And so one of the first things I just went to Killer End, I was like, dude, I'll do anything team with you. I'll drop what other teammates I'm with right now, and we can agree on whatever 2 teammates we'd like to pick up. I'll back you 100% on that. He was like, he agreed with the idea, and so I did the same with Soviet. I went up to him and I was like, I'll stick with you no matter what for this event, period. And of course, right after that happens, I gave him my word, and of course I hear that Neighbor eventually goes, and it was such a tough decision. Did you
think about going to straight?
I did talk to T Squared, and we talked for a while, and like he understood where I was coming from, and I mean I really did want to join the team and stuff, and I think they definitely wanted me on there, but I told him, I gave Soviet my word. I was like, well, possibly after Toronto, what about that? I was like, no matter what, I have to team with Soviet for this event, and I almost even considered going back on my word at one point. I was like, dude, like, I can't just...
I love you, but it's a great offer. Well, you ended up playing with Soviet.
Yeah.
You're on board with Lunchbox and Roy now as well. Now, real quick, we got to wrap this up, but what is your expectations for this event? Where do you guys want to place?
I want to play first. Like, our team, we haven't been playing together long. I mean, some people might think it's a ridiculous expectation, but we have the talent. I mean, And you told me you guys are the best objective team in the game right now, so I'm excited to see it. Right now, I feel like if we go even in slaves with any team on the circuit right now, we'll win the objective game.
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
We'll go positive.
Walsh,
we'll win for sure.
That's awesome. I'm excited. Tomorrow, you guys will be playing on ESPN Saturday night, if you make it that far, versus Carbon. You guys prepared?
Yeah, that's a match we're definitely not overlooking, because we've heard good things, and had I not heard a lot of these good things about the team, we possibly might have overlooked them, to be honest. And I'm glad we'll be very prepared for them. Alrighty, well, that is Walshy. I'm Chris Puckett, and when we come back, I will be talking to T Squared. Walshy, thanks so much, dude. Best of luck this weekend.